So, how does it feel being back?
It's weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it feels really strange. I don't know, it almost feels like it's just another place we're visiting, you know?
Yeah, in a way it is.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what, we should find someplace to sit down because I have to hold the camera at an angle to accommodate our differences.
Are you calling me short?
Hey, there's me. Hey, there's you. Let's go sit down somewhere.
Is it better for you?
Well, I assume we didn't want to take the whole thing like this, so yeah, it's better for me.
So one thing I keep wondering now that we're back is when people see all this, I don't know, what are these trees?
Oak.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, with the moss.
And the moss. Or like the ocean or the palm trees, if they feel that same sense of awe.
Wonder, yeah.
Yeah, that we felt as we were heading out west. I don't know, I kept wondering that, you know, if it's just because it's new.
If like the traffic and the crowds should make them feel very different because everything was so sparse out west.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. But then I think, you know, a lot of that stuff people didn't even believe was real way back when they were first hearing about it, because it was just too unusual to think that there could be trees that big, that there could be mountains that big.
Mm-hmm.
So
one of my favorite stories was from Zion National Park. They painted the mountains. A reporter came out west and painted the mountains, and he sent them back east, and they published them in the paper. And people were like, "No, that's not real. That's not how it is." And it really was how it is. It was absolutely spectacular.
Absolutely. And Jason and I spent a lot of time going to different museums and learning about history and just nature and the things in the national parks. And it was so interesting. And I found myself always thinking, how did these people do it? You know, when they didn't know. We knew.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't know until you've been there.
Experience it,
Exactly. Yeah. But they didn't know. So a lot of the places that we went to, we would think it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was just the most beautiful thing that we had seen.
Right. I kept saying, "Oh, this is by far my favorite national park." And then we go to the next one, and I'm like, wow, this is by far my most favorite national park. I think I said that a lot.
Every time we got to someplace new, it felt like we were saying that.
Yeah, it kind of felt like a pioneer.
Yes, definitely. And we kind of were.
Yeah, from our perspective, absolutely.
In a way, we didn't really know what we were doing.
Right.
I mean, we thought we did.
Yep.
But you don't know what you don't know.
Right. Remember that that one trail that was like, oh yeah, it's open, and we got there and it was under 8 feet of snow?
Oh yeah.
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 No, that's not my definition of open.
No.
So did we pretty much stick to our plan?
We did. Some minor modifications. We had to accommodate John's schedule with school. So we did a little bit of backtracking, kind of back and forth to kind of kill some time until he was going to be joining us. What else? A little bit more time in California than we originally planned on.
Little Vegas.
We did. We weren't supposed to get to Vegas, and we did. We had to thaw out after our winter of Breckenridge,
Park
City,
yep.
Tahoe, and then Whistler.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, we needed a little bit of warmth in there. And we got to Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit differently, but we did it.
Check that box.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we did. And then Canada.
That was just stunning. I mean, even the campsite, the RV park in Jasper, was like you'd walk outside and be just, every day.
Mm-hmm. And Canada was definitely interesting. Remember the phone call from Border Patrol? Uh-huh. Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure your boys really were supposed to leave the country. Yeah, that was funny.
There was the big unexpected turn of events that led to some pretty significant plan changes toward the end.
Story for another time.
Yeah, not today.
Not today. But all in, we put over 25,000 miles on the rig, well, on the van. So we would obviously leave the trailer in one place and drive around and use the car on a normal basis. But since we left Florida, 25,000 miles on the car, over 3,000 gallons of gas.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, but that was just the one.
That's right, because then we had the second car
We
with
had
us.
two for part of the summer,
With
or
both
for the
boys.
summer, part of the time.
Giving them, John and Jordan are 19 and 18, and they needed to get out. That happens.
So it was a lot of driving,
Mm-hmm.
but not that much all at one time.
Yeah, I mean, generally we learned pretty quick that at about the 4-hour mark, especially by the 5-hour mark, my tension level from driving that trailer got really high. People started getting cranky, so we tried to limit our trips to 3 or 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
And not every day either.
No. I mean, we definitely had some stretches where we needed to do maybe 3 days in a row of 3 to 4 hours to get where we were going.
Mm-hmm.
We're back in Florida. Bugs. But then we would try and stay at least 2 nights, because that gave us a full day wherever we were.
To recuperate,
And
And you don't want to be setting up and taking down, setting up and taking down every day. So it was kind of nice to have a little bit of a break in there.
Yeah, we, especially out west though, you were able to drive after work. So in the beginning we could go after work, but it was just a couple of hours, hour or two, just to kind of make a little bit of forward progress. But when we were out west,
if you had to check out a campground at noon, that was actually 3 o'clock on the East Coast. So you could, occasionally take a couple hours off on an afternoon and get a good start on the road.
So what'd you think?
Definitely an experience.
Life-changing experience.
Well, we chose it, so.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. But there were some detours.
A little drama.
A little drama. Some couple of mishaps and misadventures.
I like that. Mishaps. It's, doesn't sound that serious, right? Just a little mishap.
Yeah. Well, we definitely took the road less traveled, huh?
Yes, we did. Well, most people go south to Florida in their RV for the winter. We go into the Rocky Mountains in the middle of winter. Very good choice.
Well, it was. We had our reasons.
Yeah.
We were in Florida for the last 5 years and never got to ski. We had just started skiing with the boys before we moved, and so that was something we wanted to do.
Right. It was all about the skiing, and it was, my thought was, look, if we can camp in the Rockies in the middle of January and February, we can camp anywhere. So that actually turned out to be true.
Well, until we got back to Florida in August.
Right.
Because, again, reasons. We have kids in college.
Right.
And school starts in August.
Yep.
So we had to be in Florida in August.
Bugs and ants and air conditioning being a must, and
and having to figure that out, because we really didn't have to deal with that much from when we bought the trailer.
Right.
Because we bought it in the fall.
So now we're ready for anything.
Yeah, now we are. We thought we were.
So, you want to know what it was really like out there?
Let's go see.